Standard 8 Subject English Topic Grammar Voice. Good morning children. Today we are going to learn interchange of voice. Voice is the form of a finite transitive verb which shows whether the subject is doing something or something is being done to it. When the subject does an action or is the doer of an action, the verb denoting that action is said to be in the active voice. Example: he wrote a letter. Here the verb wrote is active. Now see in passive. A letter was written by him. Here the verb was written in passive. When the verb denotes an action that is received by the subject, the verb is said to be in the passive voice. For example, one more, you see, my neighbor was fined by the policeman. A new auditorium will be built here by the neighbor. A snake was killed by Tom. Let's see some rules for changing the voice. Rule 1 is the object of the active voice is changed into subject in the passive voice. Then the subject of the active voice is changed into object in the passive preceding by. Then third rule, after the subject use proper form of be, be, according to the tense and number of the objects. Be forms like am, is, are, was, were. For example, Tom killed a snake. Active voice. Here we see subject plus verb plus object. A snake was killed by Tom. Now you see subject plus be form plus verb 3. That now you can see that I trained a dog. A dog was trained by me. We see that all the above sentences are in the simple past and therefore the form are also the same. Now you see when the sentence is in simple present tense. Example, he writes a letter. The passive will be a letter is written by him. Subject plus am, is, are plus past participle. Then if the sentence is in present continuous tense, like he is writing a letter. A letter is being written by him. Subject plus am, is, are plus being plus past participle. Now present perfect, he has written a letter. A letter has been written by him. Subject has or have been past participle. Remember, perfect continuous tenses has no passive voice. Now, if the sentence is in past tense, he wrote a letter. A letter was written by him. If it is in past continuous, like he was writing a letter. A letter was being written by him. All this, what is happening? Subject plus the tenses like was, were, plus being plus past participle, that is verb 3. If the sentence is in past perfect, he had written a letter. A letter had been written by him. Subject plus had plus been plus past participle, that is verb 3. Now see future tense. He will write a letter. A letter will be written by him. Subject plus will shall plus be plus past participle. Now future perfect. He will have written a letter. A letter will have been written by him. As it is said that future perfect continuous means any perfect continuous, we don't have passive voice. In future, future continuous is also not having any passive voice. Now let us see if the sentence is imperative. What we can do? When an imperative command is to be transformed, the form will be let plus s plus be plus past participle. Example, hang him. Let him be hanged. Let plus subject plus be plus past participle. Give the order. Let the order be given. While changing from active voice to passive voice, the agent preceded by the preposition by may be omitted when it is not necessary to mention it. In many passive constructions, the doer is very obvious from the context. For example, someone has broken my umbrella. This is active voice. Now see in passive voice, my umbrella has been broken. People speak English all over the world. In passive voice, English is spoken all over the world. They will empty the tank. Passive voice, the tank will be emptied. And if the sentence is interrogative, starting with who, then who changes to by whom. Now see this, who cut these fruits. In passive, by whom were these fruits cut? Like this, voice is the form of a finite transitive verb which shows whether the subject is doing something or something is being done to it. When the subject does an action or is the doer of an action, the verb denoting that action is said to be in the active voice. And when the verb denotes an action that is received by the subject, the verb is said to be in the passive voice. Thank you.